and your RSS subscription chiclet. And then when people fill that out, if they put their email address in here and click submit, then instead of landing on a page that has these 3 newsletters with another subscribe button, just have a page that has the 3 newsletters and then a radio button or a checkbox, next to each one of them. And then you can check each box to say, I'd like to sign up, I'd like to receive these 3 items or just one of these or 2 out of the 3. Have slightly more descriptive titles. American Parkour's events only newsletter. What kind of events? Which events? Are they professional events? Are they for events that are only sponsored by your organization? Be a little bit clearer there. APK workout of the day. That's a good one. I like that. But I would change the title to something like APK workout of the day, get a workout tip every single day to get better at free running. For the general newsletter, you definitely got to say something besides general newsletter. There's got to be something else there. So anyway, there's just a set of check boxes next to those instead of these 3 subscribe buttons, and then maybe a frequency selector. So you can say, I want to receive the newsletter every day, every week, every month. See where I'm going with this? So now everybody can sign up for the newsletter in a single place through a single process. And on every page of the site, you should have, at that upper right-hand corner location, and you see here it disappears, but you got to have it there. So you put the same set of large images across the top, and on every page of the site, you have that sign-up form. And test different versions, test different configurations, see what you can get, and see which one drives the best subscription rates. And this really shouldn't cost you anything. I mean, assuming you have a developer on your team, they should be able to go in and do this pretty quickly and save you, and hopefully really generate a much better newsletter list for you. So once you do that, the other thing I would consider is removing yet another one of the images up here. Like, I really don't like this now free shipping worldwide on all APK gear image. It's not very clear. It's hard to read. If this is the kind of stuff you want to put here, you might be better off doing a single image that goes across from here all the way to here. So you have a single image here, and then put a clear call to action in that. So maybe instead of an image like this, for this, maybe you'd have an image that goes from here to here, and maybe it says, free shop our store, free shipping worldwide on all gear, and then a little button in there that just says click here to shop now, or shop now, or something like that. And then you could also have tips for getting started in parkour, and you have the image go right across here like this. And then you could have click here to get started would be right here in a button, and you get a lot more clicks on that too. But really push the newsletter. The newsletter is the subscribership. That's where you're going to get the most people. And then in that newsletter, you can make a pitch to people every week about why they should register. So you start to build this kind of funnel, this nurturing process where you get your initial customers, they come in, they say, oh, you know what, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to subscribe to the newsletter, and then they receive some newsletters. And by the way, you can also advertise maybe one product in each newsletter. And then those folks are subscribers. You boost them one level up by saying, hey, if you just give us a little bit more information, you can become a registered user and get all this extra stuff. So then you turn your newsletter subscribers into registered users. And the way I would do that here is I would simplify this form a little bit more. City, state, country, great. You don't need get APK newsletter, of course. You certainly don't need occupation. When were you born? People don't really like to provide that information. If you're really concerned about age, then I would just have a year drop down. Say year you were born. Get rid of how did you find us. People usually just either pick something random or don't pick anything at all. The security code is fine. If you need to have CAPTCHA, that's fine. But either way, that could simplify things. And of course, because they already will have provided their email address, they don't have to provide that here. And then you could even use their email address as their username, so that would further simplify the form. So you could get rid of 4 or 5 fields in here. You send people straight from the email newsletter to that registration form, and they can sign up there. Now you can of course also still have a registration form on the site. There's nothing wrong with that. But make the newsletter into the big driver of additional subscribers. And then at the same time, use the newsletter to promote your products. So in the newsletter, feature the news, talk about the news first, but then have one product that you talk about. Say, we have a set of tutorial videos that you'll really enjoy watching, even if you never do any parkour yourself. Get a great, comfortable pair of shoes that you can wear everywhere, as well as when you're doing free running. So all sorts of great gear here. Just advertise each one of those in the newsletters on a rotating basis, and you should see a lot more sales because, and I'm sure you're already doing this, but you can use the newsletters to push those products. The main thing though is to use the newsletters to turn newsletter subscribers into registered members, and then use the registered member list to turn registered members into people who go to see tribal movement events, people who come back to the store because they get special deals because they're registered members, whatever else. Main thing is build your subscriber base. So again, put your field here, your form fields here for the subscribe. Just get their email address the first time, and then have that nice little RSS checkout. And I think I will stop there with one last follow-up piece of advice as far as building the newsletter. You need the newsletter process to be a very tight, closed process. So when I sign up for the newsletter, I should land on a thank you page that says, thank you for signing up for our newsletter. By the way, here's a 10% off coupon for our store. Or by the way, here's some great products we have in our store. Or by the way, did you know you could also register on the site and get additional information and special coupons and things like that. So it's a very tight process. Right now, when I fill out that form and subscribe for a newsletter, I just land right back on this page with no message confirming that anything happened. The other thing is I get an email in my inbox saying, please click here to verify, but then I don't get anything else after that. I hope this was helpful. I'll be publishing this up on the site in the next few minutes. And please, if you have any questions or comments about this review, you can either leave them as a comment right here on the blog at www.conversationmarketing.com, or you can email me, Ian, at conversationmarketing.com. Thanks a lot.